Hello everybody, welcome to the Mancave Live. I'm Rafael Leah.
And I'm John Jackson. Please follow us on our Mancave Twitter. That's capital M, Mancave, NY Sports, capital as well. And our individual Twitters at John_John97 Jackson, Raf_Leah.
I've influenced them now.
Yes, yeah.
We have a bunch on the agenda and far too little time to talk about it, so
Absolutely.
we're going to delve right in after we introduce our new, official, the Mancave t-shirts. So, for those of you listening, I'll describe it, and then if you catch our visual show later on when we upload that to YouTube, you could see it. So I'm gonna have John stand up and he'll show off the shirt. In the front, we have the Mancave logo followed by Sports Talk Show, and then if you turn around, John, you see again the Mancave logo with the terms in red: YouTube subscribe, which all of you are well encouraged to do.
Please do. Please subscribe.
Now let's get right in. We're gonna start with this business involving D'Angelo Russell and Nick Young. So here's the alleged report. I'm reading this off just so that I don't make any discrepancies. It was a video emerging Tuesday that allegedly showed D'Angelo Russell secretly videotaping and recording a conversation in which he asked teammate Nick Young questions about being with another woman. So, how this surfaced is beyond them, is beyond us. Mm-hmm. But this is something that stays out of the limelight a lot. You have to, when you have this many athletes, you have to be aware that they're not going to be, what's the word for it? They're not going to be loyal to their spouse, I guess is the best way to put it, all the time. But you rarely hear about it.
Yeah, I mean, this shouldn't be a part of basketball. And right now, when you're mentioning basketball news in the present, this is really the only thing they're talking about now, and it shouldn't be. This is the last thing basketball needs, the last thing they need as a team. I mean, you want to focus on actual gameplay, you don't want to focus on things like this.
And I venture to say they're going to lose today's game just based on this. I mean, they had guys, these guys aren't even showing up to the, Nick Young, I think, was out the other day because of a stomach ailment, which is not true, obviously.
Yeah, that's bogus.
But it's gonna impact the way that they're playing.
Obviously, yeah, it's a mess. I mean, everything's every side.
The media knows how to steer clear of this, I think, pretty well, because they'll bring in a lot, but you never really hear the media delving into their personal lives. So it's how it was released is what's concerning, honestly. It's a big story, it's trending, we had to mention it.
Yeah.
So if you have any comments or anything, feel free.
Tweet us out.
I'm a very big fan of just going into the sporting aspect. I hate off-field issues, but they're part of the game.
Yeah, it always seems to happen with some team, some sport, somewhere. But let's move on.
And yeah, Ethan tweeted out a good point that it's a shame that Kobe in his last season now has to deal with this in the locker room. 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
The story around the Lakers was Kobe in his last season. It's a positive story.
No matter how bad they're doing, you have at least that positive.
No, exactly. If you think the Lakers, there's two things you're thinking of. How they're just a terrible team, but how it's Kobe's last season.
100%.
So that's good.
That's the only thing that should be going on in the locker room.
Yeah, now you have this, and this is just a mess.
And let's change it, because I really can't talk much about it.
Exactly.
It's not sports to me. That's an issue that they're gonna have to deal with, and that they have to deal with themselves. But actually, I have a question for you. What do you do now if you're a teammate that has nothing to do with this? You're gonna get vultured by the media now. Every media outlet. I'm not even talking about sports media. Entertainment media now, because you had Iggy Azalea involved.
Yeah.
You have MTV probably.
TMZ. Yeah.
You have all these guys on.
Mess.
What do you do now if you're an athlete and
you gotta avoid it?
You avoid it?
If a question arises, if a question is asked to you, you have to say, "I'm only talking basketball."
Okay, so
I'm only talking basketball.
Now there are two things I have to say, right? You either do that, right? But then everyone has to agree with that, because then as soon as somebody says something, then everyone.
I'm saying they had to have a team-wide meeting
and say
nobody says anything. Nobody talked about this.
Also, you can't defend it. You can't spin your side of the story.
Yeah.
But You know what? I agree with you. I think you stay silent, and I think the whole team as a whole has to agree with that.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Ethan brought up a topic that you and me mentioned before the show. This could affect the Yankees. It's Andrew Miller in the spring training game. He just got a liner off his right wrist, and he had to leave the game.
Yeah.
As a Yankee fan, are you scared about this?
It's always something to be concerned with, especially in a pitching core. Obviously, Aroldis Chapman is not going to be with the Yankees for the beginning portion of the season due to suspension, and we had that. That was our core right there: Dellin Betances, Andrew Miller, Aroldis Chapman. That's what the praise was coming into the season. But now you have two guys. I'm not going to speculate. I'm hoping Andrew Miller is going to be okay, and I'm hoping this is nothing to be concerned with. But now you have that question mark: is he going to be able to start the season? You already don't have Aroldis Chapman.
It's going to hurt.
And that's the strength of the team.
That is absolutely the strength of the team. Everybody's saying what a great back of the bullpen the Yankees have.
That's been the praise.
And now look at this.
The praise for the Mets has been the starting rotation, as the praise for the Yankees has been that back three. But now you only have the back one, it seems right now, with Dellin Betances, which is not a bad guy to have. But who's going to lead into him if you don't have Miller and you don't have Chapman now to cover?
You know, you mentioned the Mets rotation, and maybe you didn't want to talk about this, but I feel we have to.
We have some time, so...
Matt Harvey. Undisclosed.
Yeah, I did not want to talk about this, but yeah.
But I feel like we have to. It's big enough.
Yeah.
It was an undisclosed, non-baseball related injury, and because they didn't come out right away with it, speculation, it was crazy.
Naturally.
People coming up with, random injuries that he possibly could or could not have had. In the end, it was a blood clot in his bladder, and you said that he got it from not using the bathroom enough during the games?
The reports are that type of ailment arises from you not using the bathroom regularly.
With the type of gamer he is, I'm not surprised.
And but you have to understand, it's a slower paced game, baseball. You have time.
You do, but you're also Matt Harvey.
And you're Matt Harvey, but
he stays on the mound with bloody noses. And
I know, he's a workhorse.
Yeah.
But for certain things, you definitely don't want to scare the Mets organization, even though
we were talking
about how, I know, John, if you were to lose a pitcher, other than Bartolo Colon, it'd probably be Matt Harvey based on loyalty, and I think most Mets fans would agree with you. But that's a different issue. This was a health issue.
What, you mean if we were to lose one pitcher, which would I rather have lost out of the four?
You said that Matt Harvey's not as the...
No, not to injury. Not to injury.
Well, no, you don't want to lose anyone to injury.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if there was one...
No, I'm just saying that you wouldn't have in the starting rotation. Like, just if they were to leave, you'd be okay with it.
No, that absolutely not. For this year, it's different. I'm saying that's for the future plans. I don't see Harvey signing a long-term deal. So if we were to trade him...
expire? Does he have 2 years?
He has a few years left, 2 or 3 years. He does have a while. But based on performance this year, Steven Matz, I'm the least worried with if he got injured. However, I don't want to see anybody injured.
Of course.
Harvey's a big
When I say lose, I don't mean to injury. I would never...
Signing long-term, I don't see Harvey as a smart idea because, he had Tommy John, but all of them had it aside from Syndergaard. And just the fact that he's not as loyal and he's going for money, so he's going to have a big contract. But what next?
But that blood clot. He didn't talk to the media after his last spring training start, which was today, because he didn't want to. He was quote unquote frustrated with the headlines.
I'd be frustrated too.
Of course,
speculation. I mean,
speculation will kill you. Our speculation will kill you.
Speculation will.
So we're gonna I want to wrap that part up because again, I wasn't a fan of that. But I planned this show out very carefully. I wanted to get that out of the way because we have some more fun stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick breather.